kitchen, Chef Payton. He is the owner of Brat House in Scottsdale, back to make some salmon orzo salad. We also are going to be joined by Chef Chris Grubele. He is joining us in the kitchen as well. I want to start, though, at the Brat House, because I know you're also talking about a restaurant at the golf course. Yep. But I want to talk about the Brat House, because you have a big event tomorrow. Huge. I'm from the Dirty South, so I want to know what's going on there.
Well, our house will be dirty tomorrow, that's for sure. We're doing dirty rice and jambalaya and crawfish boil. We're flying in 100 pounds of crawfish from the south, so those that want fresh crawfish, definitely call the house for that. We're doing alligator po' boys as well, which is still fun.
And we're looking at some video from inside the restaurant.
You're going to see, you know, a big giant beer garden outside, my cute little brat bus, which is cute and short but thick, which is great. You know, it's a nice wide bus. It's going to be a good time tomorrow.
This is really, and you guys do a packed house all the time, but tomorrow we're going to kick it up. Do we need to make reservations?
No, you can come in. We're going to do a Fat Tuesday menu all day long. You'll see it throughout the day. We've got plenty to feed the family, of course. So.
Yeah, so a lot of folks from the South, and Mardi Gras is a big event, so we appreciate that. Okay, so we're doing some salmon and orzo salad. What does that consist of? And I'm going to let you guys get started.
Well, first things first, we want to talk about the importance of a dry piece of fish before you put it in the pan at home. So to get the style of fish that we cook in the restaurants, Chef always tells us make sure we have a nice dry top before we season with salt and a little bit of pepper if that's what you want to do. So we have a nice dry piece of fish before Chef throws it in the pan.
And what if folks say, what, I don't like salmon?
If you don't like salmon, do halibut or do scallops or you know, do something, but do it.
Chicken would work with that.
Chicken would be great with this dish, yeah.
Okay, so dry fish. I had never heard that, so you want to make sure it's nice and dry to get the flavor in there. And what are you seasoning with?
Just a little more salt and pepper. You want to season both sides of the fish because you don't want every bite to have a lot of flavor. You know,
and so many people add so many seasonings, just good old S&P sometimes is all it takes.
And that's for us, you know, Chef does this great vinaigrette, which is a roasted tomato vinaigrette. You know, there isn't a lot
The butter's
going
just
on.
for the flavor.
Love it.
For the flavor, yes.
Just for the flavor.
That is true. The calories stay in the pan.
Yeah, they all stay in the pan.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it going to your, it won't transfer to your plate.
Right. We're using orzo, not pasta, so it's low calorie, which is good. But,
okay, so we're going to let that brown on both sides.
Yeah. And then in this dish here, Chef's got two different types of orzo. We've got, I believe, a butternut squash orzo.
Sweet potato
orzo.
How many types of orzo are there?
You can do a lot of different types of extruded pastas, whatever you want to use. You want to do basil, you want to do zucchini, you know, whatever you want to do for pasta. They have a lot of really great products out there. So for us at Scottsdale Grill at Starfire, you know, we're changing the menu, and it's something that's going to take a lot of time. Chef is getting his bearings in the kitchen. The owners, Pat and Rob, are being very patient with us as we get the transition set in place for banquets and weddings.
And what was that you just poured in?
That's the roasted tomato dressing.
And how do you make that?
So it's tomatoes roasted in the oven, 350 degrees for 25 minutes. Pull those out and use those to puree in the oven. What you need, brother?
Oh, just a plate would be
good.
Okay,
so you take, this needs a blender.
Okay.
Just like the other one. It doesn't need to be a fancy blender at all.
Ooh.
So we puree.
That looks great.
Cooked piece of salmon, which salmon should never be cooked all the way through, in my opinion. You want to maximize the, you know, the amino acids that are in there, as well as all the good balanced protein, right? Overcooked protein, not so good. It's dry, it's starting to lose all of
So how many minutes are you talking?
Depending on the thickness of the fish, you want to do about 4 to 5 minutes in the pan and about 4 to 5 minutes in a 400-degree oven.
I have to admit, orzo is probably one of the least used grains out there.
And it's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's so affordable, let's put it that way, because then it sounds interesting when you say affordable.
So why do you think we don't use it more?
Because people's awareness of it isn't out there. Quinoa is starting to change the world right now, right? So
I see that a lot in a lot of dishes.
It's a complex protein, which is good. It's almost a full protein, I believe. And orzo will start making its way through. Why? Because you can cook this 2 days ahead of time, and it'll be good for 4 days. Right?
And
so
you said that was sweet potato orzo.
You can do it cold, you can do it cooked, you can do it fancy pants like Chef's doing right now.
I was about to say fancy pants is an understatement for that plate.
That's the only way I know how is fancy pants.
Wow.
Just
fancy pants. So, you know, yes, it's a golf course, yes, it's a country club, whatever you want to say, but it's open to the public.
All right,
and
I
it's
got to
open
get
to
a
real
fork.
food.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to have...
We have a giant spoon.
We have a giant spoon.
Yeah, giant spoon will work too.
You can do that, or you can use maybe a spatula, just because I like to say spatula.
Absolutely scrumptious.
Yeah, good fish.
There's a little white anchovy in the dressing.
Yeah, but you don't taste the fishiness. You
Well,
know?
I love any kind of seafood.
Well, you're a Florida girl, right?
Yeah, totally. And
Good
it's delicious.
seafood and great brittle, and you're a happy woman, right?
You got it.
You're
Wow.
good.
Okay, my mama told me don't talk with my mouth full. She got on to me last time I did that, so I'm going to swallow.
Well, that's good. And we'll talk about vinaigrettes and the importance of making those at home.
Okay. Well, all right. You know, and I want to say that because
Yeah.
you've used two different or three different vinaigrettes today.
We've used 3, but 2 are almost exactly
And
the
none of
same.
them are high maintenance.
No,
These are
not at all.
basic recipes.
Yeah, we leave the high maintenance to my hair products, you know, and then we'll keep it there. But, you know, all you need is a good blender and patience. And you can't buy patience, you know.
This is so good. And
come by for
again,
lunch. This dish is on the menu right now.
I very rarely go back for
Sonoran
seconds
Living
on the show. But I have to. It's so good. Okay, well, I appreciate you. SonoranLivingLive.com will have all of the Sonoran Living, SonoranLiving.com. Don't put the live in there. SonoranLiving.com. We'll have all of these recipes. Thank you to both of you. This has been a wonderful kind of throwback to Florida, to the South. I love it. So Fat Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
Kick it up tomorrow.